Grabbing their attention, exaggerating their problems, offering to solve those problems, and then lighting a fire. That's really what this is all about. So I do marketing for companies. I do marketing for small, medium, large businesses. I host podcasts for businesses. I host a radio show. I do a bunch of different things that are all built around either marketing myself or marketing somebody else. And I'm super passionate and interested and dedicated in finding like what are the best ways to market yourself easily and to be able to do it where you're really finding the right audience that you want to find, drawing them into what you do, and then converting them over to, giving you money for your expertise. First of all, let's make sure you're an expert. First of all, let's make sure you're really good at what you do. Make sure you've got close to your 10,000 hours in, that you really know what you're talking about, and that people can really trust when they put money in your pocket that you're going to deliver for them and make things work for them. That's first on this list. I'm not going to cover all that today because that would take a long time. But really what we're going to talk about here is just how are you going to be able to get these people to believe in you, to trust you, and to buy into what you're doing. So this simple strategy I've written down here, which is grab their attention. What are you going to hit them with? So I'm talking about this in social media, in the world of Facebook or Instagram advertising. Say you make an ad and you want to blast it out there to the world. You want people to see it because you want them to get what you have to offer. You're giving, you want them to get it. You want to grab their attention. So say, calling somebody out, whatever that sector is, whoever those people are, you want to call them out. You want to maybe use a relevant quote that would be something that would entice them to work with you, something that lets them know that you've dove into their world. You're pulling somebody from their world that you trust or that they trust, and you're using one of their quotes. Quotes are a great way to just attract people to what you do, whether it's your quote or it's somebody else's quote. It's just an excellent way to get people thinking, to get them on board, and to get them into your headspace. It's a great tactic. Using a crazy fact or some sort of stat is also an excellent tactic. Asking them a question is also a great way to get their brain working. I really like to ask questions. Maybe call them out and ask them a question. When you're using this first tactic here, when you're grabbing the attention, call them out and then ask them something. People usually, even if they don't respond to the question, even if they don't respond to the question that you put on there that you either said or you wrote, they think of the answer in their head, which automatically gets them engaged. Whether you believe that or not, it's true. So anytime anybody ever asks you anything online, if anybody ever asks you something, you might answer it in your head. You may never answer them in person. You may never write the comment anywhere on a social media platform, but you have mentally answered. And that is, you're kind of opting in right there. You're already engaging. They've already had you engage, even if it was just mentally. So they've grabbed your attention. That's the first step. That you probably are a little bit hooked in at that point because now you're a little bit invested. You put some thought into it. And that's a great way to, and this strategy works for any business. So think about this, whether it's business to business, business to customer, whether you're in restaurant, whether you're in retail, whatever this falls in, wherever this falls in, you can use it. And also then exaggerate their problems. So exaggerate those issues that they're having. So take them a little bit over the top, take it a little bit over the edge. It might just be, say that this is a business to business kind of deal. And maybe it's a call center, and then where I live, there's lots of call centers. That's why it popped in my head, I guess. But think about the fact that they might be trying to hire more people for their call centers. Their call volume's down, therefore their sales volume's down. Exaggerate their problem. Are your sales volumes down? Are you, in panic mode? Do you need more people in that call center to answer more phone calls to get your revenue back up? Is your revenue slipping? Throw that exaggeration in there. It causes a little bit of panic. You don't want to over exaggerate it. You don't want to go over the top, but you definitely want to get them thinking, man, I do have this problem. Maybe this person can solve it. I'm already mentally investing time by answering their question. Now they're saying my problems are bigger, right? So maybe they're a little bit more tied in. I don't want this exaggerate their problems to seem skeevy. I don't mean it in that way. I just mean you just want them to be a little anxious whenever you throw it out there, a little bit on their heels, like, oh boy, I might want to listen to what this person has to say. And then you want to offer to solve that problem. How can you offer to solve it, and how can you light a fire that they pick you to solve the problem? So how could you offer to solve that problem? Maybe you run Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn advertising to people in the area where this business is, that they need work. Maybe they pay 10, 12, $15 an hour. People get really excited about that. Wow, I could make $12 an hour. This is a great way to solve this issue. Maybe you have some other offer, some sort of incentive that would draw this person in. What is your offer to help them solve this problem of getting more people into their call center and then light the fire? Why should they do it now? Because if they don't do it now, if they see it and they think about it, maybe they mentally answered the question, maybe you've got them a little bit anxious. But why would they act right now? They're probably busy. They probably just stumbled across your video. They may not have even searched it out. So you got to solve that problem and give them a reason why. Urgency. What is the urgency? Well, you can use time as urgency. Limited time offer right now. If you're seeing this, you have the next 15 minutes. How many times have you seen an infomercial where the clock is on the screen at the end of the infomercial, when it's ticking down like 15 minutes or whatever? That gets people to act because they're afraid they're going to miss out. I've done it a million times, maybe not a million, maybe 100 times. It creates that fire. Maybe that fire is that you're offering some sort of discount on the program that you run. You're telling them you're going to run these ads to draw in these people. Maybe your discount on the ads that you're offering these people to create to draw people into their call center business is a limited time offer. I honestly believe that time is a big factor in these things. You've got to make them act now. You got to get somebody to get off their feet, to get off their butt and make a move and make an actual action. So if you try to follow this strategy and really try to implement this to grab the attention, to exaggerate the problems, to offer to solve, and to light a fire, it's going to be impactful for your business. And really, I also want to really lay this down pretty and just get the point across, like concrete, cement this in your head. It's all about experimentation. It's probably not going to work the first time. It's probably not going to work the second time. Maybe the third, fourth, fifth time it's going to work. It took Edison 10,000 experiments to figure out the light bulb. I don't think you'll have to go through 10,000 experiments to find the right sort of ad that's going to draw people into your business. Hopefully it doesn't take 10,000. You may be broke by then, but it might take 5, it might take 10, it might take 20. That's okay. You've got to experiment. You've got to try different things. The more you try different things, the better the chances are that one of those things or a combination of a couple of those things are really going to pay off, and you're going to get the results, the exact results that you want. I put experimentation super high. That's why I'm doing this video right now. That's why I'm doing it live on YouTube. I want to get used to doing live video. I want to be able to being used to talking at a clip without using any editing, without cutting anything. I can just go. So that's right here. You're seeing experimentation in action for my marketing business. Now, another really cool piece of this, let me jot these down here for you real fast because I feel like these are very important parts of the problem as well. And this is the objective, the audience, the incentive, and the urgency, right? So this objective that you have, the objective is obviously, what are you selling? What is your objective? To get people to buy that thing. That's your objective. That's the selling portion of it. I'll put this on the screen for you in a second to see. I'm just going to jot it down so that I can show it to you. The second part of it is your audience. So who are you selling to? Who are those people that you're selling to? You don't have to name names, but you should have some sort of avatar figured out. Who is this person that you're selling to? What is their incentive? So you've got to give them some sort of incentive, some sort of value to trust you. Why should they buy from you? And then you hit them with the urgency. And it's really kind of what we had just gone over with the grab attention, exaggerate the problems, offer to solve, light a fire. It's similar but different, okay? So the urgency is, why should they buy now? The objective is the selling portion of this. The objective is very important. Obviously, this is what your business model is. This is what you do. This is why you're doing what you do. You want to sell this product or this thing, whatever it is. Think about the audience. Who are you selling to? Who's this product going to go to? Who's the person that's going to see it that's going to want to purchase it? Who are these human beings? Figure that out. You're selling to who? Now it's what's the incentive? Why should they buy from you? Why buy from you? What's the point? You know what you're selling. They know what you're selling. You know who the audience is. You pinpointed them. Why should they buy from you? There's thousands of people they could buy from. Why are they picking you? You've got to make that clear. And then you've got to use the urgency. Why should they do it now? The longer somebody waits, more likely they're not going to purchase. I look at Instagram ads like this. Instagram ads, like if you scroll past them and keep going, they disappear, and then you can like never find the ad again. I feel like that's kind of a detriment to some of the ads on Instagram, but also it's once you get used to how that model works as a consumer, you end up buying almost right on the spot. I've done it a couple of times. It's paid off a couple of times with some awesome purchases. I've returned a few things as well because I bought hastily without thinking enough about it. And that's because I knew if I scroll past it, I knew if I lost that landing page, I wasn't going to remember. I wasn't going to find it again. I better just buy it right now. So you've got to create that urgency. You've got to design this for people. Objective, audience, incentive, and urgency. Use it in social media. You can use this on anything you want, however you're selling, wherever you're selling. If you're cold calling, if you're sending out mail order, if you're doing this just on TV or radio or newspaper or billboards, whatever it might be, but you've got to hit them with objective audience, incentive, and urgency. Think about it over and over again, cement it in your brain. And if you want to know more, if you want help with this, if you want to go into more detail about your business, I'd love to talk to you. All you've got to do, I guess I'll jot this down for you as well. I mean, you can see the name behind here. I dropped my eraser. This is what live video does. So the website is robzradio.com. You can contact me there. You can find out more about what I do there. I have my own marketing company, but I also have my own vlog with my son. I host a radio show. I host a podcast. I have an educational platform online, do a bunch of different things. And I definitely would love to talk to you and just discuss what your business is about, what your objectives are, and how can you make it happen better for you. It's robzradio.com. Handwriting is not one of my expertises. Is expertise even a word? I don't think it is, but it might be later on. If you look in the dictionary, they might add it just because of this post. All right. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you got something out of this. I'll talk to you next time. See ya.